Welcome to the Think Generation Wealth podcast, and I am your host, Amir Estimo. Thank you for tuning in to this podcast today. It is very much appreciative that you get a chance to just be able to listen to this podcast. Is much appreciated. So I always take that. I always like to open this podcast with gratitude, and for me, I appreciate you taking the time. So this podcast is brought to you by Amirson Financial. Amirson Financial is a financial company that's here to eradicate financial illiteracy, also be able to help people. So we know these days to buy a house, to buy a car, or even to start a business, you need to have great credit. So that's why I think for me, this year, I would like to really just be able to, I think that's the next step for any of us, right? If you want to start a business today, there is a great chance. Now, we have all businesses being started, right? But does people really understand and know the steps? So that's why today's podcast is going to be 8 steps on how to start a business. 8 steps on how to start a business. Okay? All right. Let's start with step number one. Step number one, in my opinion, is you want to pick something that you're going to enjoy. Okay? You want to be able to pick something, and maybe it's a skill set that you've already established, and now you want to be able to monetize that skill set. Maybe it's a passion that you've always had, and now you want to monetize that passion. Okay? People start businesses every single day. Now, we know, do businesses succeed? Yes. Do some succeed? Yes. But what is that? The difference between one that succeeds, one that doesn't. Now, could it be capital? Maybe. Could it be just that one had more perseverance than the other, the will not to quit, versus the other one did, right? So if you start a business, you want to be able to really know what's your why. You have to establish your why when you're starting a business. Okay. Now, once you do that, you want to. So if you're starting a business alone, okay, is this business going to be an LLC, which is a limited liability corporation, or is it going to be an S corporation, or is it going to be a C corporation? And that's something you want to establish with a CPA. So I am not, this content is only for educational purposes. So I would highly suggest that you consult with a CPA, talk to someone that's more experienced, that be able to help you properly structure your LLC. So once you determine out, if you have business partners, do you guys, how do you guys establish that? Do you own 50%? Do you own 25, and so on and so on? But also, you guys got to establish that why together, right? Collectively. So that's the number one thing you want to do. The number two thing is then register your business and get an EIN. An EIN is called the Employer Identification Number, and this is the IRS. This is provided by the IRS, which is the Internal Revenue Service. And this here is this isn't quite a prerequisite of building business credit, but it's required by the IRS for most businesses. So you want to make sure you establish and get a EIN. Name your business, what your business is going to be. That name is personal to you. It could be your last name, it could be whatever. So that's something for you to figure out. Then once you do that, then get your business registered in the state that you plan on doing business, right? So you want to get this EIN, you get it from the IRS. Now, you can do this all by yourself by going to your Secretary of State website, and or even just Googling it and just saying where to establish, how to establish a business and get an EIN, and it'll be able to walk you through. But you want to be able to get that name personal to you, okay? And you want to get your EIN. So once you have that, then the next step you're going to do, step number 3, is you're going to apply for a DUNS number. Now, a DUNS number is basically on the business side, you have your DUNS number, you have your Equifax, you have your Experian. Now, on the personal side, you have TransUnion, which is that's besides Experian and Equifax, the only thing you're really replacing is the DUNS, which is the business side, versus the TransUnion, right? So you want to, so this is free. You can go establish this on, you can go on DUNS, Dun in Bradstreet as Bradstreet. So that's the Dun and Bradstreet. And you, if you want to be able to get more information about your credit, obviously there's further charges you have to think about. There's a monthly fee that comes along with that, but that's for you to decide. And this is a number that's unique to your business. And this is how you determine if they're going to do business with you based off your financial health. Okay. Now, a thing about it, so you just starting your business, so your business doesn't have any income yet. So a good thing, if you still got a 9 to 5, you can leverage your 9 to 5 income, and you can establish this is what you're going to need when you're going to apply for credit cards. Okay. So number one, why? Your number two, register your business. Number three, apply for a DUNS number. Now, number four, what you're going to do is you're going to open a business checking and savings account. Now, you can go do this at your local bank, Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, etc. However, one thing you want to keep in mind with the business, when you open these accounts, there is minimums you have to keep in or have to spend on a monthly basis. Otherwise, you get charged a maintenance fee. And that maintenance fee can range anywhere between $10 to $20 a month. So give or take, let's say, for example, in a month, let's say $16 a month. So 16 times 10, that's 160 plus what? 32, that's 192. So you're paying an extra $192 a year in fees. So you want to make sure you do have this. This is very imperative that you do have this, okay? So what it is that this is when you have your business checking account, business savings account, you're going to use your EIN to open. Okay, so you're going to get that through the IRS. So this is how you're going to open your business checking account and savings account. I'm going to do an episode called Profit First. If any of you guys have ever got a chance to read that book is amazing. And I'm actually implementing this book in my business right now. So I advise you, is Profit First. I'm going to do an episode on here regarding Profit First and how you can use it in your business today. Okay. Then the number 5 thing you're going to do is once you get that, you're going to establish trade lines with your suppliers. So let's say if it's a Lowe's, let's say you do business with Lowe's, you can actually open a department store or even I know Lowe's right now, they have an American Express. You can probably even do an American Express too. And Lowe's, you can get that through Lowe's. Or let's say it's Home Depot. I don't know who Home Depot uses, but you can actually open trade lines with them. So this will actually help boost your credit profile. So the more trade lines you have, and then you pay these trade lines on time, you will be in great shape. Hence, moving on to step number 6. This is paying your creditors early. So once you establish more trade lines, I would probably say step number 6 is getting a business credit card. Now, next week episode, I break down the 4 credit cards that I currently have that I would recommend. But again, this is I wouldn't say this will help you when you're starting a business, because you're using these to basically just establish yourself and starting a business. Okay. Now, number step number Okay, so we're in step number 7. Make sure you pay your creditors early and make sure you do pay them on time. And it's the same thing that on the personal side is you're paying 30%, right? Anything less than 30% is good. Anything higher than that is going to hurt your credit. So you want to make sure that you pay them on time. Step number 8, you want to borrow from lenders that are going to report to your credit bureau. So you want to make sure whoever you do business with that they actually report to those 3 major credit bureaus that I mentioned earlier. Okay, so now you want to make sure that is. So now I have actually, I would say I said 8 steps, but I think I'm gonna go a couple more steps. And I would say number these 2 are bonuses. Avoid judgments and liens. This one will definitely hurt your credit, your business credit. Okay, so if you have any unpaid taxes or you don't pay your bills on time, then it's the same thing and it can hurt your business. So you don't want to just only have bad credit on your personal. Then now you have bad credit on your business. So that doesn't good. That does not work out well, okay? Then you want to make sure you keep your information current with all 3 credit bureaus, whether it's the address, whether it's who's representing the company. There's a name for it. I can't remember. Um, the registered agent. Yes, that's what it is. The registered agent of the business. So if you're the registered agent, make sure your address is correct. Make sure, and always keep an eye on Dun and Bradstreet. You can still, you can get this for free. To be honest with you, so you don't, but unless you really want to dive in and look at further things like what credit has been opened, just like on the personal side, you can take a look and see how many accounts has been opened, what is your credit limits, the different trade lines you may have. So it may be worth it if you feel like it is. But again, you can just still go with the free version, okay? But any day, that's it for today. Hopefully this helps. And I would say this, I actually re-recorded this episode. The first episode I recorded, I did not like it at all. And I just thought it was not, I would not be I think this information is good to know, but it didn't need to be dragged. So hopefully you guys learn from this. So this is 8 steps in how to start a business today, episode 99. Okay, folks. I appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to this podcast. Hopefully this is value. Again, 2023, we are launching businesses. We are building dreams. We are leaving generational wealth. We have the power to do it today, not tomorrow, today. Okay? Until then, much love. Peace.